Okay, we've had our welcome. I've given you a little bit of an intro into sensational meditations. I want to start with our first meditation today. So just find a comfortable posture for yourself, okay? Whether you are lying down, if you are on a walk, that's great. You can be in movement. I'm all for meditation on the go because that is how I started. I've been meditating daily now for probably 4 years, and it started very basic. When we are perfectionists, we want it all to look right from the first, and from the get-go, we want everything set up the right way. We want our environment to smell the right way, to look the right way, to feel the right way, and then we can start. Well, if you're waiting for that, it may never come. So you're welcome to do it however you want. But again, I prefer to do things poorly if it means I'm going to do it. Rather than being so obsessed with doing it perfectly. I've spent too many years not doing different things, not learning different skills, or cultivating different habits that I wanted, simply because I thought it needed to be perfect from the very beginning. So perhaps let's do a meditation around that idea. So again, going back to finding that comfortable posture. You can sit cross-legged, you can lie on your bed, sit in a chair, lie down on the ground. I actually need to just open up my seated position here because of a soreness I am feeling in my legs. We can get into that another time. And going to open up our lung and chest and heart area so we can fully breathe. So we aren't just doing a belly breath. You are welcome to do a belly breath if you prefer. You would be placing your hands on your belly and feeling it inflate like a balloon. So when you inhale, it expands, and when you exhale, it comes in, and you're tightening those abdominal muscles. I don't feel like I can receive as big of a breath when I'm just doing belly breathing, so I prefer heart breathing, and we will do a meditation on heart breathing another time also. But we are opening up the rib cage because as we fill our lungs with oxygen, our rib cage is going to expand both frontward and backward and outward toward the side. So we are opening up and allowing that breath to even fill our chest and throat area if we want, into our head. And as we exhale, we are moving back down. If you're not sure if your ribs are opening up, go ahead and put your fingertips right next to each other, just in the center of your rib cage below your sternum. And then inhaling, you're going to feel your hands move apart from each other. Okay, so now that you've chosen how you would like to breathe, again, we're opening up the chest area. So roll your shoulders back, allow them to come down. Don't keep them up by your ears or chin, just relax, but pull your shoulder blades together a little bit so that you are opening up your heart. And just notice the breathing that's taking place in your body. Don't worry about whether it is rhythmic at this point. Let's just tune in to how we are breathing and notice it. You may have noticed that your body naturally creates a rhythmic flow now that you are paying attention to your breath in and out. Those inhales and exhales become more even. And it is by keeping that even flow that we're going to create coherence in our body, in our heart, connecting it to our mind, calming our central nervous system, so that whatever stressors were triggering different responses physiologically in our body can now calm down. We can recognize that we are in a safe space. And you may have thoughts enter into your mind telling you you're not safe. You have all these different things you need to worry about, because if you don't worry about them, you might forget to worry about them. They may not happen. You might not accomplish the things that you set out to do today. Don't argue with those thoughts. Not right now. You can argue with them later. Right now, just let them be. You may have heard the analogy of holding a beach ball under the water when there's a thought you don't want to have come up, or a feeling. And as we're trying to shove that beach ball down under the water, it comes up and splashes us in the face, and it just makes an even bigger explosion. So instead of holding on to this ball, even if we are holding on to it because we feel that it will keep us afloat, I'm holding on to this beach ball. I want you to visualize this as you breathe in and out. But a beach ball is so awkward in the water. Our body will often fall underneath it, and we're holding it above us on the surface instead of allowing our body to rest on the surface. So I want you to take that beach ball. Don't shove it under the water. Don't even hang on to it. I want you to just let go. So if it's a thought that keeps coming into your mind, and you feel like you need to push it down, push it away, instead of pushing it down or pushing it away, instead of holding on to it, just let it be. The wind and the waves will carry it. It still exists, but you can return to your body. You can learn to swim with the waves. So if you want to visualize, I want you to close your eyes. If you're in a safe place, physically, literally, you're not driving, obviously, not doing any tasks that would require your full attention, then go ahead and close your eyes. Otherwise, you can continue to listen to my voice, but please be careful. And imagine that you are floating. Always returning to your breath. If you do have those distractions come along, which you will, whether they come in the form of noises or kids running around trying to get your attention, or a notification on one of your devices, or simply a thought, or perhaps a physical discomfort is trying to pull you away from this meditation. None of these things are bad. They're all part of the practice. So I want you to recognize them, acknowledge them, notice what colors they have. If I am floating on the water, feeling the rise and fall of the waves beneath my body, I may see the beach ball near me or in the distance. I can acknowledge the colors. and the texture that I see, the light reflecting off of it. But instead of focusing on the beach ball, I'm going to come back to myself and feel the water beneath my skin. Or perhaps you're riding on the wind or in the clouds, or even simply lying down on the grass and feeling the wind blow along your skin. Let's stay here for a moment as we ease into this feeling of riding on the waves and the wind. Allowing our body to become lightless, to become light, weightless. So as we stay here, floating on the water, riding on the waves, you're surrounded by cool or warmth, just as a babe in its mother's womb is completely surrounded by her mother's love, completely safe, protected by the amniotic fluid and the sac that encompass her being. All of the layers of tissue and muscles and ligaments of the mother's womb that protect the child. Our own bodies protect us in the same way. Our skin protecting us from different elements, our eyelashes keeping things from getting into our eyes. Though it may still happen, we are more protected than we would be. Breathing in through our nose, we can filter out toxins. Our body can change that oxygen into nitric oxide. To help the oxygen flow even more easily into our heart and lungs, into our brain, throughout our central nervous system, into all of the organs and muscles and tissues of our body. Everything in our body that is so complex, working in beautiful harmony with one another. Just as so many scientific laws of the universe operate in waves, that we perceive the world around us in waves, the light waves from the sun, the sound waves through the air, our heart waves, as we feel the blood pumping through our body. Even our breathing is like a wave as we inhale and exhale, back and forth like a rocking chair, rising and falling with the waves. So the babe is encompassed in her mother's womb. You are encompassed in your body. Your heart, though it may feel so exposed at times, is protected. Your spirit, though it may feel depressed or lonely, can feel the warmth of the body surrounding it. I want you to take your right hand and place it underneath your arm, your left arm. So we're hugging our heart with our right hand in a way. The arm comes down, holding our left hand. You're almost in your armpit area. Just hold it nice and tightly. And bring your left hand over to your right arm. So you're giving yourself a hug. Hold this posture and return to your breath. And just notice all of the different sensations that are taking place in your body in this moment. When you feel you've received the comfort that your body, mind, heart, and spirit need, you can release the hug and return to placing your palms in your lap or your hands by your side. Raising your palms open toward the heavens. We're going to come back into our body. Starting at the head. If you have any tight or tense areas, whether it's your brow or your temples, maybe your cheeks or jaw or chin, or behind your ears, simply send your breath to each area that feels tense and let it loosen and lighten. Forgive me if my voice has become too quiet to hear. I tend to zone out a little bit when I am deep in meditation. I will try to speak a little louder. I want you to move down to your neck and your throat, the base of your head, the top of your spine, flowing to your shoulders, your collarbones. Allow your body to move in any ways that it needs, or simply stay still and feel what it is that your body is feeling. You might be numb at this point. Some part of your body may have fallen asleep. It could start to warm up when I feel numb or feel as if one of my limbs has fallen to sleep. It's very cold. It starts to warm up and send tingling and prickling sensations through my body. So notice if your arms are awake, you can wiggle your fingers. Move down your spine. along your rib cage, into your abdomen, and into your pelvis and back. And again, loosen any areas that need to be loosened. You can start waking up your hips and your legs and knees, your calves and shins. Any muscles feel sore or tight, just notice and breathe into it. Your body will release the tightness when it is ready. But if you feel that you need to move, then please move. Do what your body needs to feel comfortable. This is you respecting and responding to your body's needs. My legs are so heavy. You can rotate your ankles. Enjoy the train as it's passing by on my end. Begin to move your feet and wiggle your toes. And if you haven't already, feel free to open your eyes, blink open, and become aware of your immediate surroundings, both visually, auditorily. Even smell the air around you. Notice if you have a taste in your mouth. We just went through all 5 senses, and we are connecting our body and spirit to one another. That 6th sense. By doing this sensory process of connecting our mind and body, heart and soul or spirit together, we connect back to our roots. We allow everything to flow through us. Our blood can circulate more easily because we have increased our oxygen flow, warming up those muscles similar to how we do in yoga. And we are waking up those muscles so you are ready to move for the day. If you did this in the morning, this can help you sleep. If you did this at night, if you're on a walk, hopefully you simply feel more rejuvenated, or if you are working or doing some other task or activity at home, I hope this meditation at least calmed some part of your body and mind, and that you feel more peace. It doesn't mean we got rid of the beach ball. It is still there. So now that your body is in tune, it will be more easy for you to address those worries that you felt earlier. You can begin to problem solve. It is very difficult for us to problem solve when we are in a state of worry because we are in that fight or flight in our sympathetic nervous system. So by calming the body, calming the nerves, literally and figuratively, we are increasing our intelligence, we are increasing our conscious awareness, and we can handle life's problems openly. We are no longer in a defensive state, we are in an offensive state by opening up that heart and chest, raising our chin, tucking it back just a little bit. Our posture is confident. It doesn't mean life is perfect. It doesn't mean our problems are gone. It simply means we have the faith, we have the courage, we have the strength to endure. So I'm grateful to you for joining me in this meditation today. The light, the divinity, the spirit in me recognizes and honors. Though I cannot see you, I feel you. I feel your light. I honor and acknowledge and respect your divinity, your spirit. And I love you. Thank you again for joining me. Namaste.